Hi and hello watch fans, and welcome to the Time Out Watch Fair 2025, live from Little Treasury in Gambrills, Maryland. I am joined by Barbara Palumbo, who is perhaps better known on Instagram as What's on Her Wrist, and now as of 2025 a jury member of the GPHG. Congratulations, Barbara.
Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you.
You are a mainstay in this event. You are here every year. You are responsible for Master of Ceremonies, I suppose, and hosting the fancy dress competition that will take place tomorrow. What does it mean to you to be such a big part of such an important event for this area?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Steve and Linda for having me, and the whole staff at Little Treasury. It's so much fun. I enjoy being around them, and I enjoy their customers. So the first time I was invited by Steve, I really didn't know what to expect. And this was, gosh, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago, I think at this point. And we just had so much fun. The watch wardrobing contest, it's so crazy to see how much people get into it. I think this event is always a great event. I love coming here. I fly up from Atlanta. The customers are amazing. And I love the brands that come in. And I know so many of the salespeople like you, they treat me so great. And I don't know, it feels a little bit like a celebrity thing, which, I got a bit of an ego, so that makes me feel really good. I think it's even more special on this particular weekend because today, 10/10, is actually World Watch Day. So I feel like Steve maybe planned to have it on this date this year, really fitting. So we're going to be talking to a lot of different brands about that, but it's very special. It feels like family. I know this area so well now, which is so crazy because it's Gambrills, Maryland. And where are you going? Gambrills, Maryland. You know what I mean? It's kind of, it's outside of Baltimore, but I know where the restaurants are. I know where we go out when we're here, which is so much fun. But yeah, Steve's customers and his staff have always treated me so amazingly well. And I love being a part of it.
I feel like we need some merchandise like Geneva, Dubai, Gambrills. It's about time. The three hotspots of watchmaking around the world. It feels like such an important place, and it's so
seriously
different.
Steve, you got to do T-shirts. I think that would be amazing, right? The ones that have Superman, Wonder Woman. It's got
Why not?
4 names.
Why not?
We could do different events,
just to describe.
Watches and Wonders, Dubai Watch Week. Time out watch fair.
Yeah, well, to some of us, it feels like that. You go to loads of events. You're traveling all the time, all around the world. You're very visible, obviously, now on the GPHG Jury as well, which is a big deal. You feel the pressure?
Yeah, I'm so old school. I'm in my 50s now, so I created an actual binder. When you're in school. I did. I printed out just to really educate myself on each watch in each of the categories. And it's so organized and it's color-coded and labeled and everything. So I'm really taking it seriously. Look, no one is more surprised than I am that I was voted to be a jury member. I've been an Academy member since the beginning. But it's really, really a huge honor. And I really want to thank Nicholas Folks, obviously, who's the president of the GPHG Jury, just for bringing me on board. It's just so crazy. I definitely feel the pressure because I don't want to get in there and sound like an idiot. Obviously Waco is on the jury, and there are a lot of people that know a lot more about watches than I do. So I just want to make sure that I can talk the talk when I get in there. I feel passionately about things. I have a gemstone background. I have a metalsmith's background. I was a bench worker. I trained at the bench. So when it comes to metals and alloys and gemstones and finishing, I'm right there. But, the mechanics are still not my forte necessarily. So I feel a little bit of the pressure, but I'm excited to be there. And then I'll also be there for the ceremony. And my best friend, she's a big watch collector, she and her husband both are, is actually flying in from Seattle to be there with me as my +1 for the ceremony. So I'm really excited about that.
Amazing. Are they putting you on stage this year, or are they going to wait until they've had a bit more experience?
I believe that every jury member, they come out 2 by 2. I actually haven't been to the ceremony, but
never.
From what no, this is my first time.
Okay.
Yeah, so newbie. I believe that they do. I don't know. I mean, there's 30 jury members. How many categories? I can't remember off the top of my head. I probably should know this.
15, maybe. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Quite a lot.
They usually do come out, but if they don't, that's fine. I'll still look pretty.
You should check your binder. It's all in there. Everything's all documented.
It's just about the watches in the binder.
So
I'm going to show it to you. Wait till you're going to die. I'm going to send you a picture.
You don't have it with you, do you? Surely you can't take it on hand luggage, no?
No, my luggage is already. I pack 16 pair of shoes when I travel. I always overpack. I'm not going to pack a 5-pound binder.
I think you're a perfect addition to the jury because you have your own experience, as you say. You're not Waco. You're not anybody else. You're just you. And you've been all around the world. You've been to many events. You are frequently a figure, a visible figure. You're never not a visible figure when you're at an event, let's face it.
Quite tall, Rob.
You're quite tall, yes, and obviously very recognizable. What is it that's different about Time Out what is it that marks it as an event in the calendar that you can't wait to attend every year for the last 7 years?
Yeah.
Because that's quite remarkable. That's a long time to be coming to the same event.
I think COVID might have been the only year that I missed, really. So for me, this was the first retailer watch fair that I had ever been to. It's so crazy because more and more retailers are doing these now. And Steve was the first person that I knew that was doing it. That I had actually attended, where it's this multi-day, sometimes 2 days. Last year was 2.5 days, multi-day fair. I love the fact that since the escapement opened, he's brought in micro brands, brands that maybe are not in the store in Little Treasury full time, but can come and actually have a presence here and do really well with his customers that are getting more people interested in micro brands. I love that. And that was actually only a new addition, I think, last year, once the escapement was open. It was the first time and that's probably why, because I have been invited to other things that have been on this weekend too, but I'm like, yeah, I'm loyal. Like, I want to come back here. I mean, I know these people, I know how it goes, I know how it runs, and I really love being here. It's just, again, I don't know of anybody else, any other retailer that's doing it to the extent that Steve is, where a lot of jewelry retailers who carry watches will do weekends like this, usually closer to Christmas, but it'll be jewelry brands and watch brands. We're going to do a trunk event or a celebratory event or an anniversary event or a Christmas event, whatever it is. But then it's like jewelry and watches. This is really mostly just, he's got a couple jewelry folks here, but it's mostly watches. And just seeing the faces that I would normally see at either a wind-up watch fair or a watch time or Watches and Wonders. I know so many of the salespeople. I used to be in sales, so I know so many of them face to face. I know obviously the brand heads like BJ's here, BJ Geronimo, and when the brand heads come in, I know those guys. So it's like family again to me, and that's what it's very, very personal to come back here, and I like family. I have the gift of gab. I'm Italian. I'm very touchy-feely. So I love it. And again, his customers are always like, they want to talk to me and bend my ear a little bit, and I make them laugh. So that's always fun too. And there's oysters. Hello?
A lot of oysters.
That should be a reason to come alone. And that's like, there's a charity involved, and I love everything about it. And the weather is utterly perfect right now.
Which is bizarre at this time of year, because I just left Europe where it wasn't so perfect.
No, I know.
Here we are.
But
Wonderful.
here, oh my God, in this area, last year it was beautiful too. Like, it just, temperature-wise, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Sorry, I know you're a Celsius god. But,
that's fine.
Yeah. But I walked here this morning from my hotel, about a 20-minute walk, and I said to Linda, she was like, I'll pick you up. I said, no, I live in Atlanta. When I left, it was 90 degrees.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, oh God, I'm loving this weather right now. And I love boots and fall weather. So it's really nice. So what's on my wrist?
I'll ask you in a moment. I'm interested in talking to you about what you're saying, because what you're saying is exactly what I feel about Time Out as well. It's community. Those events you talk about that may take place in multi-brand jewelers and whatnot near a Christmas or Valentine's Day, they're often a bit more sales pressured. What Steve has done here with his team is create a community and a family that we all feel part of. Yeah. And I think it's never better exemplified than by the fancy dress competition tomorrow, which I've never taken part in.
It's the watch wardrobing contest.
Sorry, okay,
get it down.
Wardrobing.
You UK folks with your fancy dress.
Fancy dress, sorry, okay, yeah. Watch wardrobing contest. So explain to our listeners and viewers exactly what that is, because that's not normal.
It's so fun. It's not normal.
It's not normal, no.
Okay, so they've been doing this for years now, and I get to MC it, and I have so much fun with it. Whether you're a customer or not a customer, maybe you're somebody who's potentially going to be a customer. Mm-hmm. Everybody's invited. They have to sign up ahead of time, and it's a costume contest, but not like, okay, fine, we're coming up on Halloween. Not necessarily a Halloween costume contest. The person has. Is it a minute or 2 minutes? 1 minute? 1 minute. Okay. They have 1 minute. So they step up to the mic. I introduce them. And they have 1 minute. They have to wear a watch. And it could be, again, it could be something around the neck. It could be, anything. But it has to be a timepiece.
Yeah. We see some creativity there, don't we? Every year.
So whatever watch they're wearing.
Handbag.
What?
Someone had a handbag last year.
That was crackhead. Sorry.
That was Barbara. Although you've never entered.
It's a love name. It's a pet name. Yeah. No, I didn't bring it this year, but I bought a couple other things. So the watch that they're wearing, they have to dress in a costume that in some way, shape, or form is associated with that. Okay. To give you some examples, not to throw it out there, But, we've had people wearing a Tag Heuer Monaco and then came in a complete racing costume.
Nice.
Or, a pilot's costume and they were wearing, a Longines pilot watch. So, again, those are like the simpler ones, but they have 1 minute to tell the story of why it's, how it's drawn in. So it's not just like, oh, I'm wearing a pilot watch, I'm in a pilot uniform. It has to sort of connect to them in some personal way. So we have people that come up that are, and it doesn't have to be a watch that Steve sells. Like, it could totally be a vintage piece. I had a guy come up and it was like, he was wearing his grandfather's watch that his grandfather wore in World War II. And so, he had a picture of his grandfather, like in that black and white photo, and he was dressed in military gear. So that's the stuff that the judges, the people that are selected to be the judges, there's usually, I think, 3 judges, they look for that. It's not just like, oh, this is, yes, okay, this connects, but like, oh my gosh, how creative can that be? I mean, we've seen some crazy creative costumes over the years, and people have gone just crazy out of their way. I think last year, one of the guys who's local did like the Omega Snoopy. Like, he dressed as Snoopy.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
He was ready for space.
He took, right, and he had the space helmet on. Like, I love stuff like that. People really, really get into it. And the prize is, hello. I'm like, I get jealous. I'm like, I'm an MC. What do I get?
So you've never entered, even though you always make an effort with your accessories and whatnot?
No, I'd be really good at it, but no.
I can imagine. That'd be quite interesting. Maybe we should like take
really
you
go
out
with
there
costumes.
Yeah, I can
really go with costumes.
Well.
No, I love what I do. I love doing the MC because a lot of the times, a lot of the same people enter year after year. So I get to, and I have seen like some of the folks just be so creative year after year, and it's so exciting to me. So I'll recognize the names on the list. I'm calling out the names. I'm like, I know that this is, oh my God, what crazy thing is he going to do? Oh gosh, was it Bruce? There was a guy named Bruce. He and his wife entered. This is a few years back. And I think he won. He was dressed as Elvis and he wore the Hamilton Ventura.
Live Hawaii.
He was dressed right. And he was in like Hawaiian Elvis and he showed up with a ukulele and he played like an Elvis song on ukulele, and wow. he wound up winning. Like, because he was like an older gentleman. Hi, Bruce, if you're watching. He was an older gentleman, and he and his wife, Margot, I think is his wife's name. They were so sweet. She was dressed up too. They really got into it. And yeah, it was just so fun. It's so fun. And you know me, I love that fun. Like, this should be a lighthearted, fun event. Watches should be fun. I literally have a sweatshirt, a D1 Milano sweatshirt, a hoodie that I wore last night when I went out to dinner that says make watches fun again. And I really believe in that. Like, staff should have fun with the reps that are coming in, with the customers that are here, with me. This is what this event's like about. It's like fun, family, and like you said, community.
You know what? I had another question, but that's a perfect place to end. Because what a soundbite. Watches should be fun. Make watches fun again.
Make watches
Barbara,
fun again.
Thank you so much for being the first guest at Time Out Watch Fair 2025.
Come on down. Come see me.
Come down. Come see us all. But Barbara will definitely be here. You can't miss her.
And there's oysters.
And there's oysters. Until next time. Thanks.